The fourth area we're going to talk about today is building a referral-based business. How do you keep in touch with your clients after the closing? And how to keep in touch with potential clients. These are folks that aren't clients of yours, but they have the potential to be one, whether it's buying or selling. This is a very important area of your business. These are the people that will feed you business if you've provided the level of service during the process that you promised them you would provide, and you keep reminding them that you are there for their friends and family. There is nothing worse than going to a Christmas party or a holiday party or running into somebody in the grocery store and they say, geez, I totally forgot you sold real estate. I wish I would have remembered. I couldn't find your business card, but my brother moved into the area and he just bought a home, right? Kind of gives you a sick feeling in your stomach because you know that you didn't do your job by keeping in touch with them. So again, keep in touch with how to keep in touch with your current clients and folks that could be potential clients. And also, don't forget about your seller. Because a seller has moved out of the area does not mean that they still don't know people that live in the area, and they may know somebody who is moving into your area. So they're also a good resource for you, okay? So we're going to go through some ideas now on how to keep in touch with your clients. I'm going to give you some suggestions, and then you need to decide which one of these ideas you're going to implement. You're going to purchase the supplies that you need, and you're going to want to make sure that you have 4 months worth of supplies on hand. Making this investment will give you the satisfaction in knowing that you're committed to your marketing plan, and having all the supplies on hand will also make it easier for you, and the process is going to be more efficient. But let's specifically talk about your buyers and the phases that they go through when they move into a new home. They experience different feelings the first 2 weeks, after the first month, after 60 days, and then right around 90 days. So the first 2 weeks, basically they're in a state of chaos, right? They got boxes everywhere. Their surroundings could be unfamiliar if they relocated into the area, and they're just really not sure where everything's going to go. They're trying to get a feel for the house. Maybe things aren't fitting as well as they were hoping, but this is where your questionnaire comes in handy. Okay, the questionnaire that we spoke about that's going to be in your section 6 of your files. You want to look at the questionnaire and see what your clients like. Do they like pizza? Do they like ice cream? What kinds of things do they like? Do they have children or pets? And you want to send a letter out to them. Now during this section, I'm going to take some time to read some sample letters to you so that you have an idea of what these letters should sound like and the important components of the letters to make sure that what you're sending is working for you and not against you. So let's just take a sample letter that you could send out to your clients after they've been in their home for 2 weeks. Again, keep in mind they're in kind of a state of chaos. Boxes are everywhere, and they're just trying to get familiar to their surroundings. So let's just start off with a sample of this letter. Dear John and Mary, now that some time has passed, I hope you are getting settled in your new home. I know how stressful moving can be, and sometimes it feels like you may never get all the boxes unpacked. I am enclosing a gift card too, and it only has to be like maybe a $10 or $15 gift card. It'll be to the local pizza place, if they liked pizza, for a pizza. So take a break from dinner and let somebody else do the cooking. I also want to take a moment to remind you how important referrals are to my business. If someone you know is looking for real estate advice, I would be honored if you would give me the first chance to assist them. My promise, as always, is that I will provide anyone you refer to me with the same level of service that I provided to you. Please use the enclosed cards when you know of someone who could use my advice. Thanks again, and enjoy dinner on me. So you want to make it sound sincere, it's short, it's sweet, doesn't have to cost you a lot, and it's something that is useful for your clients. Okay, let's talk about the next phase they go through. This is probably within 30 days. Their house is starting to come together. Their boxes are getting unpacked, and they're starting to look at house projects. Now, when you were showing them houses and they decided on this home, they probably were talking to you about things they wanted to have done. Maybe change the carpeting, paint some walls, maybe do some landscaping, okay? Again, you want to remember, because you're building a relationship with your clients, and you want to personalize these letters. So let's take an example of another letter that you could send to your client after 30 days. I hope things have settled down a bit for you and your home has begun to function with a little more ease. Have you been keeping track of the number of times you visited a home improvement store? You probably feel like you live there. Well, take this gift card along with you the next time you go to, and then put the name of the store in there, and enjoy the savings. As you're out and about, if you hear of anyone needing real estate assistance, I'd be honored if you'd pass my card along. My business is based on referrals, and I would enjoy working with folks that are just like you. And as always, my promise is that I will provide anyone you refer to me with the same level of service that I provided to you. Enjoy your home and keep in touch. Sincerely, Karen. So again, okay, you're personalizing it. You've been out and about, you've driving around looking at homes with them, and you know that maybe they're looking at doing some painting. So in that letter you could say, I know you thought about doing some painting. When you're out looking at your paint swatches and you find the paint that you'd like, enjoy some savings on me, and include a gift card. Again, you've personalized it, you've listened to your client. Now, if you chose not to do a gift card and you want to just send out a quick email and you know that they're going to be working on some projects in their home, your email could say something like this. Hey, John and Mary, I was thinking about you and wanted to send you a quick email. I know as you get settled in, there always seems to be projects that need to be done around the house. You had mentioned you wanted to have some painting done and maybe some carpet installed. So I'm enclosing a list of some handyman services that I would highly recommend. Hope all is going well. So again, you've thought about them, you've personalized it, and you let them know that you're there for them. Okay, let's move on. 30 to 60 days. After about 60 days or so, the homeowners are starting to make their home look nice, they're starting to feel settled, and they're ready to meet the neighbors. They're not embarrassed to have somebody come over right now, right? They may be starting to hang some pictures on the wall, and their house is starting to feel like a home. This is a great time for you to make that personal visit. Okay, it's been about 60 days since you've seen them, and you spent a lot of time with them up to that point. And you may be the only friendly face they know in town, especially if they relocated to the area. So they would probably really enjoy a visit from you so they could show you all the stuff they've done. So you may just want to stop by, bring them like a housewarming gift, maybe a plant. If throughout your course of conversation they talked about having a housewarming party, bring them a package of note cards that they could send to their neighbors for their party. Anything that you can do to personalize it, because everything that you do is building a relationship with them. You enjoyed working with them and you want to work with people like them. All right, the last phase would be somewhere up to 90 days, 45, 60 to 90 days, okay? By the second month, people are beginning to feel somewhat settled. This is when they're kind of out and about and exploring the community. This is a great time to shoot off a quick email to them, letting them know of what's going on in the area. And just say, hey, now that I know you're kind of settled, last time I was by visiting you, you talked about wanting to get out and check out what the area has to offer. Here's a list of some of the local attractions. Okay, again, you've personalized it. You could also send them a gift card to enjoy some of the local attractions. Again, it depends on how much you want to spend, but you don't have to spend a lot, okay? You don't want to spend a lot because you don't want them to feel uncomfortable, but at the same time, you want to give them a feeling that you care about them, that they're important to you, and that gives you the right to ask for that referral. Because if you don't ask for the referral, chances are they will forget to give you one. All right, so now after it's been 90 days, you take those clients and you put them into your regular marketing plan. You funnel them into your database and they become part of that sphere of influence that you've developed. After the first 90 days, you should be in contact with your clients preferably every month or at a minimum every quarter, right? There's a lot of real estate agents out there and you want them to remember you and you want them to have your information readily available so that when they know somebody who needs real estate assistance, Your name is the first name that pops in their mind. So if you choose to do a monthly mailing, you can go and you can do a search on the different months of the year, and every month has a theme, right? January is National Get Organized Month. February is National Cherry Month. March is National Peanut Month. And April is National Garden Month, and so on and so on. So pick a theme, buy your supplies, and I'm going to talk to you about a letter, a sample letter, and you'll see where the supplies come in handy, and then start mailing out your letters. Okay, here's a sample if you've chosen April as the month that you're going to start your marketing plan. Dear Mary and John, the National Gardening Association is pleased to present April as National Garden Month. With beautiful days and cool evenings, enjoy the sounds of nature as gardens across the country start to bloom. Pick your favorite spot and plant these seeds and watch them grow as you enjoy the beautiful days of spring. Like flowers grow from seeds, my business grows by referrals. If someone you know is looking for real estate advice, I would be honored if you would give me the opportunity to assist them. Please use the enclosed cards when you know of someone who could use my advice. This is my favorite time of year. Thanks again and enjoy the wonderful days of spring. Sincerely, Karen. Okay, the key is to sound sincere and ask for referrals. So the supplies you would need are what? Just simply little bags of seeds. And you can include them in a regular standard size envelope when you send out your letter to them. So have these supplies on hand so that when you go and you do your mailings, you're going to have everything that you need. And you want to schedule these mailings in your calendar. So let's say you get into a habit and you're going to say every first Monday of every month, I'm going to do my marketing. I'm going to send out my letters. Or the first Monday of every quarter. All right? So after 90 days, if you've chosen, if you're really realistic and you say, there's no way possible that I know that I can commit to mailing something out every month, then mail something out every quarter. But it has to be a minimum of every quarter. You need to be able to be in contact with your clients at the minimum 4 times a year. Okay? You want to keep it quick and simple, and it doesn't have to cost a lot. So let's say in the spring you decided to do a spring mailing every quarter instead of a monthly mailing. You could use the exact same letter that I use for the National Garden Association and send it out in the spring. Okay? During the summer, you could buy fans that are shaped of a house that say, I'm a fan of Karen for all my real estate needs. Okay? Just something cute that they can use or, laugh about or joke about. But again, it puts you in front of them, and that is the key. And the fall, another idea for the fall is you could have little fall-scented potpourri bags with a little note attached on it that says it only makes good sense, right, to use Karen for my real estate needs. So again, the key is to pick how you're going to communicate with your clients, buy the supplies, and commit to your process. If you have all the supplies on hand, it's going to be easier and more efficient, and you'll stick to your follow-up system. Also, if you're using your January through December file, if you choose to do a quarterly mailing, then on April, put a note that says mail out letters, right? And then in July, put a note that says mail out letters. And that way, when you go to that file, you'll know exactly where all your follow-up items are, and you're not writing it on your to-do list, right? Remember, we want to keep that to-do list simple and short so that we can tackle those items. Okay, and then for all your clients that you've worked with in the past year, in January, you want to follow up with your clients by sending them a copy of the final settlement statement with a letter that says, I know you're getting ready to prepare your taxes. I thought I would include a copy of your settlement statement to make it easier for you. All right, and you know where that settlement statement is, right? Whether it's a buyer or a seller, it's in the top of the section 2 of your 6-section file.